Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Road to the Zelich video series documenting my progress, trying to get my game into the best form for my biggest tournament of the year in late July, which is the Mark Zelich Golf Classic. This week, recapping my second tournament of the year of this kind of Road to the Zelich timeline here. Finally playing a tournament back in my home state. Earlier this year in January, I traveled out to Vegas to play in a tournament. The first tournament of this Road to the Zelich series, played over in Michigan. Finally back in Wisconsin, home turf, home tour, just back home. Coming off a good finish in the last tournament, had some confidence going into this one. But unfortunately, it didn't go well. It started all right. The first tee shot was not good. I ended up topping it 100 yards, which, that was frustrating. But I recovered pretty nicely from there. Had a 10-footer for par that just missed. So bogey the first hole, which is what it is, whatever. Parred the next two holes, bogey number 4. Then on number 5, had a great drive, which had 75 yards to the pin, which is a great number for me. I love that number. It's a little kind of 9-iron pitch shot that I'm very comfortable playing. And of course, I thin it over the green. Bogey from there, but 3 over through 5 is perfectly on pace to compete in my flight. We're good. We're good at this point. Hole 6 is where it just all came crashing down. Topped the drive, then the second shot hit into the water, ended up triple bogeying from there. Hole 7, great drive, shank it into the water, triple bogey from there. Hole 8, par 3, kind of pulled my iron just a little bit, and it just ended up basically in a terrible spot, in this lone shrub next to a greenside bunker. Double from there. Hole 9, great drive, had about 60 yards to the pin and ended up lipping out a 3-footer for par. So just a terrible stretch to finish off that front 9. I just kept kind of telling myself, after the last tournament where I shot a 50 on the front and then a 39 on the back to kind of salvage a good round, we can turn this around. I kept trying to tell myself, we can do this, we can recover from this. And unfortunately on the back 9, it just never materialized. I just didn't have anything good happen in my game during this tournament. Driving was not great, irons were poor, short game was atrocious, honestly, and putting was not great. Nothing about my game was on in this tournament. From holes 6 through 14 essentially just was completely lost out there, and just nothing was going right. And not only was I'm playing bad, but I'm not getting any good breaks either. Sometimes you need a break to just go your way, to maybe stop the downward spiral, flip the script a bit and get you back to playing and scoring better, but that just didn't happen. Hole 15 was a par 5 that had a great drive, hit a great second shot, and I was just off the green. It was a little awkward spot, being right on the lip of a bunker, but nothing too bad. I can easily chip that on to the green and have a birdie putt. Hit a terrible chip, and then still had a birdie putt from the fringe. And of course, it's on the fringe, so I don't pull the pin, and it would have gone in if the pin wasn't in. Par it, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not getting any good breaks either in this tournament. Hole 16, great drive, good approach, finally a good hole here, 2-putt for par. Hole 17, bogey, and then hole 18 to finish off this round, which is just a microcosm of this round. End up 3-putting for bogey on 18. So just bad. End up shooting a 97 for a 10th place finish out of 14. Just not a good day at all. It's unfortunate too, because I played the day before this tournament and I was hitting the ball well. I was playing well. I didn't keep score, but I was hitting it well and felt comfortable and confident going into this tournament with how I played the day before. And then the day after this tournament, I also played at a course that I would say was a harder course than this tournament, and ended up shooting an 85. I hit the ball well and shot an 85, 12 shots better than the tournament. So it was just kind of like one of those rounds where they happen, where just nothing went well. Your game is just not there. Unfortunately, it had to happen during a tournament. So I still feel confident just because of like how I played, you know, the day before and the day after this tournament. Like, I feel like I'm fine. It's just everything went wrong during this tournament. So thankfully, I don't really have a whole lot of time to kind of dwell on it. We can kind of flush this and move on pretty quickly because I have a tournament this very next weekend here, which is a 2-day tournament, similar format to how the Mark Zelich Classic is going to be. So going to be able to get some good kind of reps and good experience from that, playing 36-hole tournament there. So yeah, we're just kind of going to move on from this poor showing, this poor results. Like I said, these rounds happen. It sucks, but it happens from time to time. It's frustrating, but it happens. I still think this season is gonna go well. Just had a bad day. It happens. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Road to the Zelich video series. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. I promise you there will be better results coming in the future, just not today, unfortunately. Thank you so much. Like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate that as always. But most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions, and keep hitting them straight.